Ladies and gentlemen, you guys asked for more Grimm Guy, thus you shall receive more Grimm Guy. In case you don't know, on Saturday I posted a video showcasing an Advanced Wars player who stomps his opposition playing only as Grimm. And he doesn't just stomp noobs like any old Grimm alt account, he crushes some pretty big names, and he does it with ease, and he does it with style, just like you'd expect of a real Grimm main. And by the looks of it, you guys really seem to enjoy the video. You asked for more Grimm Guy, so today I decided to test out just how good this guy is with my own eyes. I challenged him to a 1 versus 1 on a map of his choosing. The only stipulation was that I got to play as Adder. Now, if you don't know, one of the reasons why Grimm is almost never picked in Tier 4 is because of Adder. Grimm hates movement COs. He really doesn't like it. His biggest weakness is not being able to strike first, because that means he gets struck first, and that's not good for Grimm. So he likes to go up against COs who don't get faster, because of course then he won't have to constantly position his units in such a way where they won't get struck. Adder has the best movement boost in the game. For a measly price of 2 stars, all of his units gets +1 move, and this is just hell for Grimm. So many consider Adder just a straight hard counter to Grimm. You would rather face like a Tier 3 CO as Grimm than go up against Adder. Maybe in some cases even a Tier 2 CO. So the question is then, can I beat Grimm Guy as Grimm, playing as his so-called hard counter? He's obviously a better player than me, but this is a pretty steep handicap, so we're about to find out. Now, I did let him pick the map, and he decided to go with this one, which is called Missed Connections. It's on the standard league pool right now, I think. It's been there for a little while. I don't think it's like a very old map, but it's also not a super new one. I haven't really figured this map out yet. It's a very difficult map to play. It's not as open as you might think. Now, I think this misconception is that, as Grimm, you want like a big open map so that he can like shellac his opponent. But that's actually not the case, I find. Grimm actually kind of enjoys when there are some forest tiles around, because forests can really put a dent in Adder's movement boost. Because you pay 2 movement costs to move your tanks through forests, sometimes with the added +1, it may not actually make a difference in the range that your tanks get. So these forest tiles are positioned in such a way that makes it very hard for each player to reinforce their units. Just if you build a tank on this base, for example, it has to go through 2 forest tiles just to reach the center. Alternatively, it can go through here, but then it needs to go like a big roundabout way. Same here, if you build a tank right here, it has to go through a forest tile regardless of which way it goes. And same here, this base is just far out of the way. There's like forest tiles everywhere. So I would estimate that maybe Lash is decent in Tier 3 on this map, if that is even allowed to play Tier 3, but it's a tricky map. It's also a map where battlecopters absolutely dominate, because of course there's forests, which makes it harder for your Antire to move around. There's mountains, which makes it harder for them to move around. And you got these little lakes right here, which your battlecopters can dart back and forth from. You can also very easily get base locked on Missed Connections. If your opponent manages to put an artillery here, and then they can put like an infantry here, and then you can't really attack. You have to move away, and whatever units you build, they'll just get shelled by the artillery constantly. So that's very annoying. Add in battlecopters to the mix, and this map can really take you off guard. Com tower is also very exposed. If you're not careful about the corners, you can lose both com towers, and that'll definitely lose you the center. So it's a complicated map, very hard to play on, and I think I understand why Grimm Guy has picked this map. I think it favors his playstyle a lot, and I don't have a lot of experience on this map, so I don't know all the good openers and whatnot. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's see how it goes when I challenge Grimm Guy playing as his so-called nemesis Adder. Let's find out. So, a lot of people have been asking me lately, Mangs, why are you playing on this account? Like, what happened to Mangs1337? Now, a lot of people have like accused me of smurfing. That's not it, guys. So, I played on Mangs1337 because the Mangs account was taken. I thought someone stole my name. I even like petitioned the admin of the site to delete the account because it was an inactive 800 account. It hadn't been used for like 15 years. So I thought someone just created it for fun and just left it there. Then I realized that I was the one who stole my name. I was the one who made the account 15 years ago. I forgot about it. I think I just found the site randomly, created a user, and then forgot about it. So I tried the old password that I used back as a teenager, and I managed to get myself into my account. So I was like, cool. So I swapped over because Mangs1337, it sounds like something a 14-year-old kid names his first Advanced Wars account. So I just wanted my name back. So yeah, sure, it allowed me to stomp the global league a little bit, but I just wanted to be named Mangs again. So that's why I'm playing on this account now. Anyway, already a pretty big difference in the opener from Grimm Guy and me here. He decides to go for this property early on, whereas I went for this one. Now, it's important to note that he's going for this property and not the airport. The reason being is if he goes for the airport, like so, if he goes for the airport, then that'll mess up his capture chain. He'll need to go here, capture this, and then he'll need to waste an entire turn going back up here. By taking the property first, he gets a perfect capture chain. 1, 2, 3. And that'll just be better for him overall. He doesn't need the airport right away because he won't be able to afford building battlecopters until like turn 6 or 7 anyway. But I decide to go for this property, and I'm also going to send an infantry down to get this comm tower. When I played this map before, I've often experienced that my opponent locks out my comm tower. Especially when you go up against a CO that's as aggressive as Grimm. If he gets a single infantry in range of your comm tower, he can very easily interrupt it. So I decided to go for the comm tower early on. And that's how I like to play this map. But I don't know if that's like the most optimal way to play Missed Connection. Now, both players obviously want to go for their neutral bases as soon as possible. But you can see quite a bit of difference in how Grimm Guy and I play this map. It's clear he's figured it out a lot better than I have. But yeah, I also decided to go for this for these properties right here. And I also send an infantry into the center. The center properties can be very hard to retake once they're taken. Because again, it's so hard to reinforce in the center on this map due to all the forest tiles. It's just incredibly annoying. But Grimm Guy captures his lower city, captures his base, and he opens up tank. This is a pretty standard Grimm Guy play. He goes to Tordred's tank spam style, where he just... And oh my god, look, he actually... property skips to get the comm tower early on. So I guess this is the difference between his opener and my opener, is that I don't think I'm gonna base skip here or property skip, but he actually skips a property to go straight for the comm tower because he realizes that I can actually interrupt it from him if I want to. Now there's one thing I forgot to check before going in this, but I think recons might be banned on this map. I don't remember out of the top of my head right now, but there is one standard map where recons are banned. I don't remember if it's this one. It's kind of weird, but there's apparently some trees involved with the recons. But yeah. Anyway, I continue to capture my properties. I open up a tank as well. I'm not going to open arty against this guy. Let me tell you this. It's going to take a while before I build my first artillery. Against Grimm Guy, you need to have an even number of tanks, or you are just going to get smacked around in the early game. It's not going to be pleasant for you at all. So he moves his tank in, builds another tank. He's going to build a lot of tanks. Now, I do have the advantage as adder. It means that, you know, as soon as any tank engagement starts taking place, I'm going to be able to win that engagement as long as I have my power ready. Because I'll just be able to do first strikes on him. But of course, I am up against a very, very good player. So we'll see how he plays around this massive handicap. So both players are now starting to just capture our properties. Here, I guess I just give him a free infantry hit. I mean, I could have moved back, obviously, but if I did that, I wouldn't have gotten the city. So, I did see this, and I was like, yeah, this is fine. I can give him a... I mean, it's not like he interrupts the cap, right? I'm still getting the property. But, yeah, that is 7 HP of infantry that he just gets to gobble up for free. Not a huge loss, though, all things considered. So I'm not overly sad about it. I capture my comm tower. Now I go for the airport as well. And I move in my tanks. Now, one thing that really sucks going up against Grimm is that if you want to place your tank in range of his tank, even on a city, he will be able to beat you if he strikes first, unless you have another tank guarding the tank up. This is just... Grimm's firepower is so high that he just punches through your city defense. Any other CO, if he attacks your tank on a city, then the tank will heal up and kill you on the counter, but not so for Grimm. So I just have to be very careful with how I position my tanks. I can't really let him first strike me. Now again, I think I just served him up another infantry, but I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Looking at my play right here, I wonder if there was a better way I could have moved around. If I move in here, he just strikes me first, and then he just sets up a tank chain, which he will win, eventually. So yeah, I'm guessing I'm just presenting him with a free infantry here. I mean, he can... Yeah, so here... I guess he could move around and strike from behind, but that risks getting his tank trapped. I don't know if that's actually what he's going to end up doing. But I'm just kind of serving him the infantry for free here. Building another tank. Again, this is just going to be a tank spam fest. There will be some battlecopters and RD joining later, but for now, it's just going to be a tank fest. Here, he decides to interrupt my cap. He is serving up 2 infantry here, though. But he is a lot stronger on this side than I am, especially with this tank right here. So he has more infantry in range. So I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I'm going to spot a lot of mistakes here. He gets another first strike on my infantry, and he builds his first battlecopter. Very predictable. Moves his tank in as well. And yeah, look, he gets another free shot right here. Yeah, I'm not happy with my positioning early on here. I was playing very recklessly. But I decide to attack him, and yeah, you can see just how much Grimm crumbles when you actually get to strike his units first. And here, that's some Manx infantry, I think. Oh boy, okay, yeah, so here, I remember here, I decided to take the fight to him. So he moved his tank over here, a little bit out of position. I'm just going to move all my tanks into the center now. And now I'm doing sort of like the strategy that I call like divide and conquer, where I place a tank kind of in the center of his tanks, so that if he decides to strike me, I can also strike him. I think. Or maybe that was just a bad move. Looking at this move right here, I'm actually wondering if maybe that wasn't a good... Is this a replay bug? I seem to recall not putting this tank in his range. But I guess I did? Wow. Man, I played this badly, if that's the case. Huh. This is weird. I played this match about 3 days ago, and I could have sworn I didn't put this tank in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... No, I didn't. Oh, it's a range bug. Yeah, okay, alright. So this is what was confusing me right here. For some reason, the range of the tank doesn't display properly. I think this is a bug in the replay viewer, because of course he can't reach me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's not counting this infantry here for some reason. So it's showing the tank as having a much higher range than it. That really confused me. I was like, did I really put 2 of my tanks in range of his tanks? I didn't play this match that badly, surely. But yeah, I'm placing this tank here to kind of force this tank away, because even if he places his tank here as Grimm, I'll be able to first strike it and win, due to his 20% reduced defense. So, but his battlecopter is coming in, and it's getting a little bit annoying. Now, here's the thing though. The battlecopter can't guard this tank if it decides to first strike me, because he doesn't get movement bonuses. But he finishes off my infantry, builds another tank, and he does take the shot. But I am happy to tank chain against him. Just trading hits like this, I don't really mind that at all. Of course, this tank, as you can see, remember what I said about the forests and how difficult it is to reinforce? Just look at this shit. Look at this shit. It has to go through 2 forest tiles just to reach the center. It's so annoying to have to deal with. So here I continue to take shots against this infantry. I move my tanks into the center. And here I just decide to take the shot, move my tank back to get repaired, and move my other tank in. I'm wondering if maybe I should have just kept this tank away instead of going in for the kill there, but I decided to do it. And here, he is pressuring, like, my comm tower is very much in danger of falling here, so I need to move my tank in. But at this point, I have my power ready, and this is where Adder has a huge advantage. I don't need to pop my power, I just need to sit on it. The fact that I have it ready, it completely changes the way Grimm Guy has to play now. He has to take into account that I have 1 extra move. So his units has to be 1 extra space away from my units, lest he be first struck. This is why it's so difficult for Grimm to play safely against Adder. So here, it just completely changes the way he plays. He still takes the shot here, and looking at this, yeah, this wasn't a great play by me. At least, look at my Empire. My Empire is just not capable of reaching the center quickly enough. Regardless of where you build it, here or here, I had to build it here, because if I'd built it here, he could have just moved this battlecopter north. But here, look how long it takes this battlecopter to reach the center. It's absolutely annoying. So, this map was one of the most annoying maps I've ever played on. So now he builds an artillery, which is, you do want to build an artillery eventually on this map. You just don't want to open artillery, unless you're Inkugark. You want to be very careful. Yeah, look at this. The Empire. Now, keep in mind, I do have +1 movement, but just look at this. Just look at how annoying this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, one thing you got to be very careful about is, even if you want to move over this forest tile, you may not always get the extra move, especially not if you happen to move through 2 forest tiles in 1 power. So even though you get +1 move from your side slip, the forest can make it so that you don't get that much extra range at all. The same thing with these 2 forest tiles. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but due to the way movement cost works in this game, you can pop your side slip and experience that you don't get any extra range due to the amount of forest you have to go through. And I think this is very much the reason why Grimm Guy decided to pick this particular map. Now, I have to retreat here, but I'm still feeling pretty good about this because my sidestep, the fact that I have it ready, just means that I'll win any position war in the center. Like, he needs to stay away from me right now, lest he wants to get first struck by all of his tanks. So yeah, I took a bit of a beating in the center, but you can still see, like value-wise, we're still similar. Income-wise, we're still similar. Unit count-wise, we're still similar. So it wasn't that bad for me. This center back. I am losing a little bit over on this side, though. It's kind of hard to go head-to-head against Grimm infantry when they get to first strike me. And now I'm actually kind of threatening his comm tower a little bit, so he'll need to play this a little bit wisely. He does move in with the battlecopter, though, and again, this battlecopter right here, so annoying. I mean, like, what is this? I need, like, 2 Empire to zone out a single battlecopter. It is so incredibly annoying. So here, you can see, he really has to keep his distance. He really has to keep his distance. And this is what I'm banking on, just building a convoy of tanks and just inching them slowly forward little by little. That is my game plan right here as chatter. Hoping to zone him out. Here I'm moving an artillery down here. I gotta be very careful though, because he can wall break me incredibly easily, especially once he pops his knuckle duster. 70% increased firepower. It is incredibly hard to deal with, so I can't just run headfirst into the meat grinder. But here, I am backing off a little bit. I have to wait for my Empire to arrive. I have to build 2 Empire to zone out a single battlecopter. He is building another one, though, which means I need a 3rd Empire to deal with it. It is so annoying. But here, I'm just building a bit of an infantry wall. And here, I am getting a little bit cocky here. I do almost have my superpower ready, though. Normally, as adder, you don't really want to pop your superpower. But against Grimm, there's a big exception, because sometimes you might need that +2 extra movement to get the first strikes, which is what you want to do. But I do believe I'm just serving up a free tank on the platter here. I really don't want to let him get these 2 properties. But here he's actually moving forward. His battlecopter is coming in as well. He gets another free shot with this. This battlecopter was so annoying. And now you're about to see some of the best walling that I have ever seen. And you'll absolutely see here, because I'm about to pop my power soon, and it's gonna get really ugly very, very quickly. So here I am moving in, and I'm getting ready. I get a nice little first strike here with my tank, and I move in. And I remember feeling decent about this turn. Like, I'm attacking him on all sides here, and I still have my superpower ready very soon. So all of these tanks that are out of position, they're going to be in position. So I'm thinking about maybe luring in Grimm, luring him in, and force him to take some engagements, and then just coming in with my super and just, like, shellacking him off the table. Now my anti-air are in position. I have 3 anti-airs. There's no way his copters can do anything. I have to pull back with it. This artillery, though, is completely worthless. I should have brought this one into the center. I don't know really what I was thinking. I mean, I obviously don't want him to take my tower, and that's why I have to keep the artillery here. But I should have had a tank over here as well, honestly. He gets the property in the center, which is a little bit sad. And now he's moving in with his battlecopters as well. And just look at how well he's positioned his tanks. He knows he has to play around my +2 movement right now, because I have +2 movement ready. I'm not popping it. I'm just sitting on it for now, and now he also builds a medium tank, which is the proper response. I have 6 tanks in the center, so you want to get that medium tank in as soon as possible. I also don't have a single battlecopter. I should have built more battlecopters in this match. I really should have built more battlecopters. Day 13 rolls in. This side skirmish battle here continues. I really want to try and get this property now, so I'm using an infantry to block it off. And I'm still not popping my power. I'm waiting for that turn where I pop my superpower. Now I apply a little bit of pressure on the property that he was able to take from me, and I move 1 tank in. You can see right here just how much Grimm crumbles. And here is the turn where I really want to lure him in. I really want to lure him in now. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm inching, I'm slipping, I'm snake slithering forward here. Just, I want him to attack me. so that I can pulp my super and just run him off the map. And here he really, really decides to go for it. Now, it's Grimm time, ladies and gentlemen. He's dusting off his knuckles, and he goes for the knuckle duster. Boom, 70% extra firepower. Here he comes. Boom. 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 Battlecopter comes in. Kills my infantry. Boosh. One-shots my infantry. This is where it starts to hurt, ladies and gentlemen. And he even manages to interrupt my capture, which is so annoying. I'm so upset about this. And he even puts this artillery onto my comm tower instead of capturing it, which I found pretty funny. So here he is. He's presented his knuckles. And this is the turn where I really, really need to make something happen. So I pop my Sidewinder. And this is probably a turn I should have calculated much better. Because here, you can see, even with the +2 movement, not able to reinforce due to all these stupid forest tiles. And even with my powers, I am not really able to wall break him. This was annoying. This was very annoying. I would have really loved to get my anti-air in here. And the attack, even though I'm able to send 2 anti-airs over here and wipe him out, honestly, here, I think I could have gone for the comm tower. If I had, looking back on this attack right here, what I could have done is I could have put 1 anti-air here, another anti-air here, and I could have taken his comm tower from him. I don't think it would have mattered that much, but I could have done it. It probably would have been a better move. Instead, I just tried to kill as many infantry as I can. And I tried to make a little bit of a wall against this medium tank right here. And yeah, I'm not overly happy with my attack here. I do go all in here on this side with the extra movement. But as you're about to see, ladies and gentlemen, it's just not enough. Here comes the shellacking. Boom. Boom. He's gonna mop me up on the side here. Kills my artillery. Destroys his own tank. Comes in with the infantry. And pops the knuckle duster for 70% extra firepower. Boom! One-shots my anti-air. Boom! One-shots my tank. Boom! One-shots my other tank. Boom! Kills my anti-air. By anti-air. Now there's nothing to contest his battlecopters. Kablam! Kaplam! And I just got my face rearranged by a frickin' fat guy eating donuts. And yeah, I just resigned. So yeah, that was an experience for sure. Is Grimm guy any good? Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's very freaking good. I didn't play this match particularly well. I'm not very. I haven't played that much on this map yet, so I haven't really figured it out yet. But yeah, this guy's the real deal for sure. I felt like my nose just got broken in half. He draws you in. He draws you in into the meat grinder, and then he just beats the living shit out of you. So yeah, short match, short and brutal. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see even more Grimm guy, and let me know if you have any ideas on who this guy might be. I got some more candidates that I think he might. I'm not going to talk about it in this video. Maybe in the next one. Maybe someone will figure out who this guy is at some point. But yeah, he's. I'm looking forward to seeing him join the top 10 standard board. I hope he does it soon. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.